Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Show Me the Shift. So, today I'm going to reiterate that I am doing different topics on a daily basis. I spoke about this yesterday and how I really felt like it's good for me to just bring my whole self to this podcast and be able to share all the information that I've been learning over the past probably year now and sharing that information with you all. Again, not trying to gatekeep, trying to share as much information as I can. And so, today's topic is about Technology Thursday, which is understanding AI. And so, what I'm going to do is take some time today to talk about AI, how to understand it, specifically what ChatGPT is. So, when I talk AI, it can be a lot of different things. The first few weeks, I think I'm just going to focus on ChatGPT because it is a massive area to understand, right? And a lot of people are intimidated by it. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people haven't even used it. And so, what I want to do is just give people a little bit of insight because it literally can change everything. Like, it can make it so that you have a personal assistant, like a free personal assistant, right at your fingertips at all times. So, I know it's scary. I know people are talking about how AI can take over jobs and all of that. And all of those things very well may be true, in all honesty. Over the next few years, a lot of jobs will probably be replaced with AI. However, is it better to be on the back end of a trend like that or on the front end of a trend like that? Because the more you understand about it, the more you know about it, the more you can manipulate it, the more you can use it for your advantage, to be able to be that go-to person that other people might come to when they have questions about AI, when their corporations need to implement AI. You're going to be on the right trend and in the right place, right? So, based on that, what I want to do is just take a moment to talk about what is ChatGPT, because a lot of people are like, what is this? I've been hearing so much about it. I'm understanding that people are talking about this AI stuff, but I just don't get it. And is ChatGPT the only type of AI? And the answer to that is absolutely not. There are so many different types of AI out there. I mean, even when you think about it, from when you call a customer service line and that voice is talking to you, or they can connect your phone number to say, oh, based on your phone number, we know that this is, this address, or this is who you are. Can you confirm? All of those things are implementing and touching AI. Even Netflix, when you watch something on there and it ends up telling you that based on what you saw, we're going to recommend this for you to, check out and look at next. All of those things are AI and implementing it. Almost every part of our life is involving in some way, shape, or form AI, whether we know it or not. And we've been engaging with it for quite a while, whether we knew it or not, right? And so basically, I'm just going to read the official description and definition of what ChatGPT is. And then we're going to get into ChatGPT, give it some prompts, give it some things that it can look into for us and kind of help us out, right? And so, based on that, it says ChatGPT is a large language model developed by OpenAI. So, that is one variation. OpenAI. There's a ton of different ones out there, but this is the one that most people are talking about right now. Now, it is designed to understand and generate human like text based on its inputs that it receives. It makes it capable to engage in conversations by answering questions. And essentially, you can ask it questions and it will provide responses in a natural conversational way. So it literally is like, again, having a personal assistant, having somebody that you can talk to, and it's going to give you the answers exactly like a person would, right? And you can even say things like, thank you, ChatGPT, for X, Y, and Z. And it will respond almost like Alexa or Siri or something like that, right? I'm trying not to say those too loud because then they'll start going off. So, but yeah, so that's basically what it's all about. Again, those are AI operators as well, correct? So based on that, how do you use ChatGPT? Why would you use ChatGPT? In which ways can you use ChatGPT? Um, every way. I will say I probably use it, I don't even know, 40 times a day. Maybe not that many, but I literally use ChatGPT all day long, especially as a new budding business owner, right? Because of the fact that there's so many different things that I need a personal assistant for, a virtual assistant for. There's questions that I have. There's things I wanted to research. There's information that I need to gather. And so based on that, that's how I personally utilize ChatGPT. There's other people who, thank you for the heart, by the way, there's other people who use it in different ways, right? And so based on that, what I'm going to do is share my screen. Oh, I didn't put my little logo up there. So there it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is share my screen so that way we can get into ChatGPT and find out more about how it works. Okay. So let's share. And I'm just going to share the entire screen. I think if it will let me do that. Entire screen. There we go. Share. And then we're going to get over here into ChatGPT. I was just reading you that description. And so this is it. It's not anything scary. It's not anything intimidating. There is typically a side panel over here. I just happened to close it, but there's like an open side panel over here that you can have, and it just shows you all your past history and the other things that, ChatGPT can do. I'm just going to focus right now today, not on creating logos, not on creating pictures, not on creating an AI version of yourself, not on any of that stuff. We're just going to focus today on the bare bone minimum. How do you communicate in ChatGPT and get it to research, look up things, all of that, right? And so with that, I kind of made a little note here. The other thing I wanted to mention, because I did make myself a few notes, they have a free version and a paid version. Free works for 90% of the people in the world. Like 90% of you just can come out here, go in. You might have to connect it to like a Google account or something like that, but just go out, connect, ChatGPT, you're totally fine. You don't need to pay for it. I personally am utilizing the $20 a month plan. So for mine, it has this little thing over here that says plus, because I'm utilizing that. And it just gives me a little bit more of a robust program to work with. But the totally free one is absolutely fine. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give it a prompt, right? That's what they call it in ChatGPT. You give it a prompt, and that prompt will give you information, right? So let's say, for example, you are just thinking of something just generic that you want to ask ChatGPT. So let's say, for example, you want to say, based on the fact that I enjoy vacations near, if I can spell, near the ocean, where would be the best place for me to vacation in September, if I can spell? And that's the bad part too. I think I mentioned this yesterday. My laptop is up high, so I'm trying to like type up higher than I normally would, because normally I'm a speed, crazy person when I type. September that will not have hurricanes. Let's just say that. So you're just asking it general questions. So if you are somebody who's planning your family vacation and you're like, hey, I love to be near the ocean. I want to go to a place that's going to be great for vacation in September that will not have hurricanes. So let's just press enter and see what happens, right? So it's like, great question, especially since September falls during the peak hurricane. It's like, this is like a person's talking to you, right? So basically it's telling you that from June till November, and what it's doing is it's scraping all this information from the internet, like everything you can think of from the internet. It's just going to particularly like scrape, right? So it's going to give you the best recommendation. So again, if you want to, and again, it doesn't even just give you one. This is the part that's amazing, right? So it's giving you multiple places that you might potentially want to go. So do you want to do Southern California? I didn't ask for it to tell me why that's a great place, what some of the best places to go to are, and what the vibe is of Southern California. However, ChatGPT is already thinking ahead and it's saying, well, if you're asking me about this, then let me give you the benefits of why I chose this particular place, this particular location, right? I forgot I moved my mic, so I hope y'all can still hear me. And so basically, again, we didn't say even what part of the world we wanted to be in. If we wanted to be more specific, that's the one thing about ChatGPT. You have to give it the right prompts to get the right responses, right? If you give it generic, it's going to pull back great information, but it's going to be generic. And so, literally, here it's saying Southern California, the Mediterranean. Hey, I'll take Greece, Italy, or Spain. Indonesia, Bali. You have the French Polynesia and Portugal. Like those are some places. Then it even breaks down where you definitely should not go. So don't go to these places because of the fact that this is the worst time of year for you to go there and expect not to potentially have bad weather. So let's say that we don't like well, let's say we do. Let's start with saying we do like one of these options. And let's say that we want to go with Southern California, right? Let's just say we're going to keep it in the United States. We're going to stick with Southern California. Then say, and the people who run ChatGPT said, please stop with the niceties. Like they say it costs them I don't even know how many millions of dollars for people to say thank you and have it respond to just saying thank you or the pleases. Like you could Google it and just say, how much does it cost the Chat GPT or OpenAI for all of the pleases? And it will tell you like it's a lot of money. So you don't have to feel like when you're communicating with this bot, you know, the AI, that you have to be so sweet and nice and oh, please and thank you and all that. I still do it sometimes because of the fact that it's just my nature to just say that. So right now I'm getting ready to type, I'm going with number one, right? But normally I would say, oh, thank you for the great suggestions. I'm going to go with number one, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, so I'm going with number one. Okay. So then I'll say, based on that decision, I'll say, what part of, oh no, I'll just say, which of the three would you recommend? 3 suggestions. And it'll remember which ones it gave. If I can spell, oh my gosh, I'm just doing, it's just too hard. Of the 3 suggestions, would you recommend? Okay. And so didn't have to put the question mark, anything like that, right? So it says, oh, great, you know, this is, you know, a great destination. It meets the certain vibes. These are the things that you're looking for. So based on that, let me tell you why I would pick whatever these destinations are. Now, it is also giving you like why you should choose it. So it's almost not wanting to pick it for me. It's wanting to give me the benefits so that that way it's like you can make this wonderful, great decision for yourself. So all up to you, but these are some of the options and ways in which I'm going to spell this out. Now, it's spelling it out extremely thoroughly, like very thorough. So you'll have all the details you need and you can just delve deeper and delve deeper. Okay, I'm going with Santa Monica. Based on Santa Monica, what area would you recommend that I stay in? Are there particular hotels that you would recommend based on this price point? All of those things are things that you can do with AI. And I don't want to spend too much time on this topic because I typically try to have these conversations around 15, 20 minutes, but I might spend a little bit more time today. But one of the things that I'll say is it just breaks everything down. You can literally, if you, let's say, you have, because you know I'm a purpose coach as well. So let's say you have no idea what your purpose is, right? You could literally say, here's a little bit about me. This is where I went to school, not giving it all the like, you know, whole, you know, crazy history, but a lot of good information. So this is where I went to school. This is the degree that I had. This is the kind of childhood that I had. I grew up on the farm. I grew up in the city. I did this. I did that. This is the kind of things that I like to do for fun. This is the type of, like I said, education that I have. These are the work experiences that I've had. All these different things. You can just list it all out into ChatGPT and say, hey, these are all the things that make me me. Based on what I'm sharing with you, what would you recommend or what would you say would be my purpose, right? I can ask ChatGPT right now because I've used it for so long, well over a year, probably a year and a half or so, that I can literally ask it to tell me about myself. Because it knows me at this point. I'm kind of scared to do it on a live because it'll be like, hello, let me tell you about yourself, girlfriend. But I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that. I'll go ahead and type it in and just type in a prompt and said, okay, here we go. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Based on, okay. Oh, this is what I always do too. New project, because I want it to not think that it is related to the previous project. Not that it necessarily would, because you're going down a whole different path of topics and conversation, but just in case, I just want to say new project. And I don't have to press enter and then charge ChatGPT for that. I'll just go ahead and say new project and then jump into the next thing. So, new project based. I can always delete this if it ends up being too crazy, right? Now, based on what you know about me. And let's say I want to monetize it. Let's say I want to monetize something that ChatGPT knows about me, right? So based on what you know about me, can you give me a suggestion of what I could create, let's say digitally, because that is what I already do, digitally, that I can sell, oh, if I can spell again, and generate passive income online. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Absolutely, Lenora. Based on everything I know about you, your background in HR and coaching, your passion for mindset, purpose, and your experience with digital marketing, and your desire to help others create financial freedom, here is a powerful digital product idea tailored just for you. A digital product suggestion is the dream job to digital freedom starter kit. Well, look at that. So it says it's a hybrid of digital products, part workbook, part training, part affiliate guide that helps career professionals reflect on their current path, clarify their purpose, learn how. Y'all, this might be a thing that I do. Oh my goodness. All right. Learn how to, I never asked it this specific question before phrased this way. I've asked it other questions, but not this specific question. Learn how to use their existing skills to build a digital income streams, get access to tools and platforms like affiliate programs, course builders through your links. Oh my gosh, some of this I'm already working on. Inside the PDF workbook, there could be journals, there could be prompts, mindset shift exercises to help them reflect on their gifts, passions, and income potential, short video lessons, 3 to 5 minutes to explain key concepts like how to transition from a job to digital, which is what I did. So it knows that that's what I did. I moved from working in corporate America, leadership, very reputable company, in a position that I loved, in all honesty, to being a freedompreneur and working for myself and doing pretty much my whole life online and doing it digitally. Common myths about online income, because oh my gosh, there are some myths. Like everybody is working with a 1980s and 1990s mentality of how to do things. Nobody is working with the 2025 technology, AI, digital stuff that you can make money in your sleep mindset. So therefore, yes, I agree. I need to do this. Okay. How digital products work. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going, right? Okay, I can't read all of this, but y'all, I mean, okay, so it talks about how it can have an AI prompt library. Again, I'm talking about AI right now, helping people write their first ebook, helping people do their digital offers, helping people to create content, all things that I'm working on. A 5-day purpose challenge, a printable calendar, OMG. Let's see here. Why it will sell. I mean, come on, people. Why it will sell, it's telling me that. So it's specifically to your story, corporate, to CEO. There you go. You're blending career coaching and digital entrepreneurship. So it's a very unique angle. That's one of the things I realized with my Victorious Movement community. It is the only community in America that has the things that I have in it. It has the corporate side with being able to find a career and a job. It has the purpose side with following your calling. It has monetization side with affiliate marketing and digital products. Like it's a trifecta of things based on what people want, and nobody else is offering all of that. So I'm very excited about it. So anyway, so let's see here. So then it says provide a low ticket entry point, $17 to $47. I already have some $17 products, so that's great. You can promote with ease. Oh, and I'm working on my $47 project today for career. So that can work because it's going to be a mini course, 8 modules, $47. Going to start marketing that pretty soon, helping people go from reading job descriptions, doing resume reviews, and not resume reviews. That's my recruiting side coming out. Reading job descriptions and understanding them, applying to jobs and knowing that, hey, I'm qualified before I even apply. And oh, by the way, how do I feel more confident when I get into the interview process? So that's the $47 course that I'm creating literally today. You can promote with ease across TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, in the Victorious Movement. So passive income streams. I can sell it on Stand Store, which I already have a Stand Store. Gumroad, I signed up for that about a month ago. I've never even heard of Podia, but I'll look into it. And then suggestions from even a suggested title, from dream job to digital income, starter kit for purpose-driven women. Because I think that, ChatGPT knows that a lot of what I do, kind of my avatar, my ideal client is women who are over 40, even though I'm over 50, but women who are over 50 who are focused on their next chapter, their next level. What does it look like when you don't necessarily feel as though you're wanting to work until you're 65? And then maybe being to the point that you're just not going to have as much energy to do all the fun and exciting things and travel the world and live a life because I want to live a soft life. I don't want to live a challenging life, which is why I am focused on these things from a digital perspective. So I can literally, like I did, work from a cruise or work from, I'll be in New York City pretty soon and work from wherever I want to work because of the fact that I have everything online and my laptop and phone can go with me. And most of it can literally be on my phone. I don't even need my laptop. So, but yeah, so I love that this is going to be maybe $1 million idea. I'm not sure, but I do know that my goal is going to be to implement some of these things that I just happen to stumble across while teaching you all about ChatGPT to do this, but you all can do the exact same thing. Like if you want to work with me on it, great. But I'd say just get into ChatGPT and start using it and having it understand who you are, what you represent, what you're passionate about, what your fun side is, your quirky side, your engagement, your just all the things about who you are as an individual. And the more it knows about you, the more it'll point you in a direction like this, where the next thing you know, you're coming up with ideas of ebooks that you can create, courses that you can have, things that can literally sell online, coaching programs that you can start based on the fact that you are someone who does homeschooling. That's a unique trait that a lot of people want to get into and don't know about. Well, guess what? If you've already done it, you can teach a thing. When you know a thing, you can teach a thing and you can monetize a thing. That's one of the things that I've learned in the last year. When you know a thing and you've lived through a thing and you've had a test that's become your testimony, you can know a thing, implement a thing online, and monetize a thing. That I know for sure. So based on all of this fun stuff, I think I have some work to do. But going back to ChatGPT, we can put one more prompt in there. Let's see, what else can we put in there? Maybe we can just, here's a great thing, grocery list. This is the last thing I'll talk about. And then we'll talk about some other things when I come back to this topic next Thursday. So if you like, then now that you know the schedule, right? It's always Technology Thursday. So you can always come back on just Thursdays and find out more about the fun things with AI and ChatGPT specifically, or other AI products that I have implemented, things that generate logos, things that generate pictures. It's a lot. I mean, it's endless. I could go for a year on every Thursday and talk about 52 different things that are AI focused, and we would still have more and more ideas because it's constantly changing. It does not stay static. It's always evolving. Like, did you know you can make AI songs? Like literally AI music. I just went through a course and learned about that the other day. So you can make your own album. You can make your own theme music. You can do anything. My sister made my song on GarageBand, but there's like so many other ways that you can do things. So back to the grocery store list. So let's say, let's see. So new project. I was going to ask for it again. Let's see here. Oh, and one thing I will say, I love that every single time it comes up with something, it will say something like this at the end. Like it will almost say in some instances, do you want me to start creating the ebook for you? Do you want me to start doing this? So it says, let's build into your next income stream step by step. So it's saying it's going to do it with me. So then I can just say to it, great, based on what you suggested, let's start working on blah, blah, blah. And then it will help to generate the different things that I need in order to create the ebook based on the topic that I'm telling it that I wanted to create. And then I just need to utilize that in my own voice so that way it's not just a cookie cutter what ChatGPT said. Like nobody wants that, right? It has to be, who are you, Lenora? And when ChatGPT gave you this idea and this suggestion, how did you take that and make it your own with your unique story, your unique perspective, and generate something amazing that no one else, even if they use ChatGPT and put in the same prompts, are going to come up with, right? That's the important part about all of this. So, all right. And so getting to new project, come up with a Kroger grocery list, just because I think that's a place that most people have in their local area, right? Grocery list. That is for someone who is, let's say, on a keto diet. Put on the list in a grid the product or the item, the what do we want? We want the item, we want the cost, and at the end come up with I have a better idea. Keto diet. Create a 5-day meal plan for less than, let's say for $100, because prices be pricing. Is that a word? Okay, for $100, a 5-day meal plan for $100. That includes the items on the list. All right, put on the list. Okay, put on the list a grid with the item, let's just say, and the cost. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's see what happens if we just say that. Okay, so we're going to say the item and the cost. I'll just press enter. If it's not right, the good thing is you can just go back in and tell it to tweak, and it will come up with a better idea, suggestion, any of those things. So when you ask it to do something a little bit more robust, it will take time to think about it. Often when you put things in 15 seconds, it's like, bam, here we go, right? But when you're putting things in like grids and researching pricing and all of those types of things, it just takes a little bit longer for it to delve into, figure out Kroger, what is their pricing, what are everything, right? What those things are, okay? So it is telling you everything that it can do, right? So here we go. So it has here eggs, estimated cost. I don't know if that's the same for eggs right now. So I don't know if ChatGPT is a little out of it. But I mean, most of these things are probably going to be accurate. So chicken thighs, ground beef, cauliflower. So again, keto diet. Let's see, zucchini, spinach. Now, if you don't eat some of these, all you have to do is say, I don't eat zucchini, spinach, or avocados. Regenerate list, and it will do that just as probably a little more quickly just because of the fact that it will have everything else there, but just replacing those things. So then it just tells you the estimated cost. It tells you all these things. And then it lets you know actually $67 potentially that it would be. So here's your list with the estimated prices. You're only spending $67, leaving you room for extras or inflation. Well, there you go for eggs, right? Now, would you like for me to build the 5-day meal plan? So yeah, it took so much to generate that now it's like, okay, now do you want me to do that? And all you have to do is say yes. Yeah, we'll just say yes. You could say yes, go ahead and create X, Y, and Z. And then what it will do is, again, it'll come through and it'll tell you all the specifics. So it's saying, we're going to try to keep you within the keto range, which it already knows. I didn't have to tell it that. And it's saying, it's going to be budget friendly. Now you could say that this is for vegan, pescatarian. You could say, whatever it is that you typically would do or eat, and it can give you ideas and maybe things on that grocery list that you wouldn't have even thought to put on your grocery list, right? And you're like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, that's pretty cool. So it gives you breakfast, lunch, and dinner with some snack options, and then it just tells you what the plan would be. So scrambled eggs with cheddar cheese and spinach cooked in butter, a tuna salad and romaine wraps with cucumber slices, and pan-seared chicken thighs with roasted cauliflower. Doesn't sound bad, right? But it gives you just the 5-day meal plan of everything that you can do based on the groceries that it gave you, keeping you well under $100. Plus, you'll lose some weight. And oh, by the way, here's your snacks as well. Then it says, do you want me to turn this into a printable PDF meal plan, grocery guide, or for personal use or resale? So look at that. Already, it knows enough about me to know that because I asked the other question for what I could do to monetize something that is, something that I could do really naturally, then it's saying, okay, do you want to create this as a product that you can now market and sell to somebody else? Which, in all honesty, if I was a health professional, like if I was somebody who was a personal trainer, somebody who was, anything really in the spa or in the whatever, like any kind of industry where people are like, not only do I want to look better and feel better, but I want to, physically be better, then yeah, potentially you could say, yes, make this an ebook. I can market it for $5 and just, hey, do you want to buy a personal meal plan that has everything that you need for a keto diet, 5-day meal plan, exactly what you need to eat, and market it that way, put it in a PDF, get it out on and oh, by the way, there's AI that can make the PDF in about 45 seconds. So there's that too. So there's so many moving parts. I personally build out all of my PDFs. I don't use the quick ones because I like it to feel more, I don't know. I just like to build them myself for the ones that are on my website, which is coached by Lenora. So I like to do it that way, but to each its own. I do, however, use AI to create my PowerPoints now. I have not created any kind of presentation of late since corporate without using AI, and literally within 2 minutes, I had a 20-page presentation created this morning. That's going to be my $47 course. Literally took maybe 2.5 minutes for it to create 20 pages of a course. Actually, I can give y'all should I give y'all a sneak peek? I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'll do that. I will give a demonstration of that when we talk about like how we did Canva yesterday. We'll do a course creation one. We'll do that one day, maybe next week or the week after. So that'll be the Wednesday topic, right? So anyway, this is just a good understanding of AI, what it can be used for. I'll get into it again next week. We'll talk about a little bit more. We can even talk about some of the things on the side panel, like Dolly, doing logo creations, images, all of those things. You have Sora, like there's so many different moving parts for all of this. So we can talk about all that later. I haven't even set up Sora yet. But there's just a lot of different moving parts over there. So yeah, so that is ChatGPT in a nutshell. I hope you all were able to pick up something interesting, exciting, fun, something that you learned that you maybe didn't know before. Let me stop sharing my screen. But yeah, so that's just some insights into that. Of course, if you ever have any questions, by all means, you can let me know. Other things that I'm adding into my Victorious Movement community are things like this, talking about ChatGPT, the prompts, how to use it, what you can do. So this video itself might even end up over in the Victorious Movement as we talked about ChatGPT. But there's a lot of interesting and great information there. So you can just go to the victoriousmovement.com and find out more there. And of course, as always, I do my commercial and shameless plug in regards to the Victorious Movement, just because of the fact that, again, as I always say, it's my baby, and it's a great place where like-minded people come together and we work on our goals. We take all the information that I share, but all the information that other people are individually working towards, and we make sure that everyone has a level of success through support, connection, and accountability. So on that note, I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing rest of your day. Take care of yourself and each other and live victorious. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye.